Toy Story Land and height requirements revealed, and will Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party start earlier than ever this year? All that and more coming up on What in the World for February 25th, 2018. Welcome to the first episode of What in the World, a new show where we take a look at what's been going on in Disney in the past 7 days. As this is the first episode, let me just say welcome, and I hope this is going to become a great place where we can all share our love of the Disney parks. That being said, let's get on with this week's news. First up in Hollywood Studios news this week, Disney has released a couple of images of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The first image that we get to look at is of an X-Wing. Now this is a full-size X-Wing, and the second is a close-up shot of the Millennium Falcon. These are current full-size models that Disney is working on. We also had another couple of images for the Star Wars themed hotel that Disney is calling living concept art. Now, these images show more of the views into space that Disney's been promising, and every room is going to have one of these so-called views. One of these living images shows what we presume is going to be the first experience where you look like you're taking off into space. Star Wars Land is scheduled to open in 2019 and will be set on a new remote outpost called Batuu. Moving on from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, let's talk about Toy Story Land. Now, it was announced earlier this week that Toy Story Land will be opening on the 30th of June 2018, and to announce that, Disney took one of the Slinky Dog Dash roller coasters to New York for an announcement on Good Morning America. This date is later than a lot of people in the Disney community thought it would be, as the general consensus seemed to be that it would open on Memorial Day weekend, which is a month earlier, as this was when Pandora opened in Disney's Animal Kingdom last year. Now, Disney have also updated their online calendar with the park hours for July, and this shows that Hollywood Studios will have extra magic hours from 7 AM to 8 AM every day and 10 PM to 12 AM every Friday. This means that out of the 4 parks, Hollywood Studios will now have the longest hours throughout July. This is also similar to what happened last year when Pandora opened and Animal Kingdom was opened 2 hours later in the evening. For those who don't know, Toy Story Land will be in Hollywood Studios, and guests will shrink down to the size of a toy and play in Andy's backyard. Most of the current work, as we can see in these shots, seems to be concentrated around the new Toy Story Mania entrance, which will see the current entrance on Pixar Place close. Once the current entrance is closed, this will become a backstage area from the existing Pixar Place sign. Also, as part of this work, there'll be no FastPass Plus for parts of April and May, and it's also expected that at least one of Toy Story Mania's tracks will be closed. Now, height requirements have also been revealed for the 2 main attractions in the new land. Slinky Dog Coaster will have a 38-inch height requirement, and this is going to be the same as the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in Magic Kingdom. The Alien Swirling Saucer Ride will have a 32-inch height requirement, and this is the same as the Tomorrowland Speedway. The new land has now also been added to the park maps this week, with the opening date as well. Sticking with Hollywood Studios news, it was announced at the D23 Expo in Japan by Bob Chapek, chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be opening in 2019. The new attraction will take over the space previously housing the Great Movie Ride, and will feature a catchy new theme song which has been created especially for the attraction. It will also feature a new experience that Disney is calling 2.5D, which won't need any glasses at all. From what we know, the attraction will start with Mickey and Minnie leaving for a picnic and driving alongside a train. They realise it's Goofy who's driving, and Disney says in a magical moment they'll let you step into the movie and onto the train for a wild ride. So it was also announced at the D23 Expo in Japan that the new Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster will be one of the longest indoor coasters in the world and will be open for the resort's 50th anniversary in 2021. The new attraction will be in Epcot's Future World and will replace Ellen's Energy Adventure, which closed on August 13th last year. According to the online roller coaster database, the current longest indoor coaster is Mindbender, and this is 4,198 feet, which will put Guardians somewhere around this length. Just to give you an idea, Rock and Roller Coaster in Hollywood Studios is 3,403 feet. Next up, Festival of the Arts ended this week on the 19th of February, and now Flower and Garden Festival is just around the corner. The first topiaries for the 2018 Flower and Garden Festival have been seen in Epcot this week, as we can see in these photos from BioReconstruct on Twitter. This year's Flower and Garden runs from February the 28th to May 28th. From March the 16th through April 1st, guests can experience the popular Extravaganza scavenger hunt. Hidden throughout World Showcase, guests can search for giant eggs which will look like their favourite Disney characters. Maps and stickers to track the scavenger hunt are $5.99 plus tax and can be purchased at Disney Trader, Pin Central and the World Traveller locations. When you complete your map, just return to Disney Trader for a special prize. That does it for Epcot. Let's move on to Animal Kingdom next. So let's start off with the least exciting Animal Kingdom news this week. Disney a couple of months ago announced a partnership with OtterBox. OtterBox, for those who don't know, make phone cases and accessories and is the #1 selling brand in the US. The Wild Africa Trek Tour at Animal Kingdom is now sponsored by OtterBox, as seen in these latest photos. OtterBox likes to advertise their drop protection. This might come in handy on that tour. OtterBox have also made some Disney exclusive phone cases which are now available in several D-Tech locations across the parks. As we can see from these photos, these new cases feature the new style parks artwork and are priced at $59.99. Next up, a new show has been announced this week. Up, a great bird adventure featuring Russell and Doug from Disney Pixar's Up. The new show will debut on April 22nd, just in time for Animal Kingdom's 20th anniversary. This new experience will offer guests the chance to see Russell and Doug discover new species of birds from around the world in their newest adventure. Now, as you may or may not know, a new baby hippo was born in Animal Kingdom for the first time in 13 years last month. Disney announced this week that the new arrival was a boy and will also be called Augustus. The little fella now weighs 168 pounds and can be seen next to his mother Tuma. It's been confirmed this week that the Talking Mickey Mouse Meet and Greet in Town Square Theatre will end on May the 12th.
Awesome! Say, would you mind if I got a picture with you?
Yeah, cool.
Hot dog!
A reason for this hasn't been announced, but it's likely that it could be due to some technical difficulties and also some guest confusion around why other versions of Mickey in the parks don't actually talk. Contracts in this venue are also higher, so budget reasons could also be a driver for that change. Now, Mickey will continue to meet guests in Town Square Theatre after May the 12th, however it's likely that he won't talk to guests after this date. So as we mentioned at the top of the show, will Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party open earlier than ever this year? Blog Mickey reported, according to internal Disney Park hours, Disney has scheduled 6 PM closings for the Magic Kingdom on August the 17th, the 21st, the 24th, the 28th and the 31st. Last year was the first time Magic Kingdom closed at 6 PM for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, as in previous years the park would close at 7 PM. Now, when I checked online, the August the 17th date is shown on Disney's public calendar, and we can also see there are extra magic hours from 8 to 9 AM on that day, giving Disney hotel guests not attending the party from 8 AM to 6 PM in the Magic Kingdom. Other dates hopefully will be revealed once Disney updates their calendar. Closing at this time in the fall does generally point to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party being on that day, but we'll have to wait until an official announcement from Disney themselves. Now, the Festival of Fantasy Parade is also moving to 2 PM from the 19th of August. This matches last year when Disney moved the parade for the fall season due to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Last year, Disney announced the dates in early April, so we might not have that long to wait to find out. But our guest will be moving to a fixed price dinner menu from the 27th of July. Reservations open for the new experience on February 23rd, and pricing for the new experience will be $55 for adults and $35 for kids. If you're on the dining plan, that will be 2 dining plan credits. So at the moment there's no information on the kids or dessert menu. However, some of the new offerings on the adult menu will be charred octopus with citrus-laced fingerling potatoes, and also grilled centre-cut filet mignon with potato au gratin, Romano beans, cipollini marmalade and a cherry-laced red wine reduction. World of Disney is now under refurbishment, and as we can see in these photos, barriers have been placed in front of the store and most of the inside of the store is now under tops. The store will remain open during the work, which will continue in phases throughout 2018. Any displaced merchandise has been moved to the Disney Corner. Speaking of Disney Corner, this is a new 2-storey store which has opened opposite the Polite Pig near the Lime Garage in Disney Springs. The new store offers a range of merchandise, and some of the opening offers have included a chance to enjoy a complimentary cookie from Amorette's, Princess Karaoke sing-alongs and also roaming PhotoPass photographers. The store is expected to remain open for the majority of 2018. Minivans have been rolled out to Port Orleans along with existing resorts currently in use. Guests at both the French Quarter and the Riverside can go to the front desk and order the minivan service along with using the Lyft app. The service has been a hit for Disney since its debut last year, and Disney just recently raised the price of the minivan service from $20 to $25 to travel anywhere on Disney property. Now, minivans can hold up to 6 guests, and they can also provide up to 2 child safety seats. Handicapped accessible vehicles are also available. Disney have also announced they are expanding the fleet by 40 vehicles, and they will still use the Chevy Traverse. However, this will be the 2018 model, not the 2017 model as used last year. That does it for the first episode of What in the World. What did you think of the Toy Story Land announcements? Were you expecting that opening date? Do you think Toy Story Land has been overshadowed by Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? Please let us know in the comments below. If you did like the show, then please give us a massive thumbs up, as it will help us out as a new channel, and please subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future shows. Now, you can also find us on Facebook and Twitter under What in the D World. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.